Hello and welcome to Most Common Mistakes We Do in Our 20s. Right now we're talking about talent and education. Are they enough to become successful? And with me is, you can introduce yourself,
Yeah,
please?
sure. I'm Daniel Sanjon. I'm Chief Information Security Officer of Bank Austria and Head of Security Unicredit Services.
That is very cool. Thank you for being here with us. So Daniel, please let us know, what is your opinion on education and talent? Are they mutually exclusive or is one more important than the other?
Honestly, really important both because, for example, in my experience, in particular in security, you cannot let me say I'm a talent and you don't know. Let me say you don't have the certification. You don't have. Let me say you don't know. Let me say the environment, the system, the current system, the technology that we have. So absolutely are really important, both from my point of view. Depending on the situation, which one is more, let me say, important. But I think that the basic, let me say, talent skill are mandatory.
Yes.
But also let me say, the training, the education, the certification, and the proper knowledge, continuously with a continuous improvement of as we say, the knowledge is very important. Yeah.
Okay. Then what would you see, or how would you tackle the opinion that is very common as well right now, that people should focus more on trainings and more on the talent part and the skill set acquisition rather on the education part, because education is also seen very traditional nowadays?
Yeah, let me say that. So also, at least in my experience, we have a lot of changes in how to communicate with the person and how to train the person. So now we are more interactive, let me say, training course. We have a lot of, for example, in cybersecurity, a lot of exercise, try to, let me say, to hack the system or something like that. So it's really also cool and is a new way, at least I see, of education. More, let me say, also practice that not theory. And also I think that also I enjoy in the last, let me say, training because are really interactive. So
That makes sense.
yeah.
So it's kind of modernizing education to make it more relevant for people
Exactly.
nowadays.
Exactly.
I think that is super
Exactly.
cool. And you would,
Yeah, also there is some gamification, for example, that
Yeah.
also this is very important because, for example, in the phishing campaign, you can, let me say, engage the person to understand, how the phishing can, let me say, impact you, and also in the training you can like a game to understand whether to improve, to change, let me say, the level. So it's quite, let me say, at the end is more fun.
yes, it's super engaging, I think, and I think what you learn there is the thing that sticks to you in a sense because you learned it through experience and
Yeah.
not just reading it off. What is your opinion about talent? How would you define talent maybe?
Yeah, but talent also this is important, absolutely, because also in my experience, at the end, talent is many times I see talent linked to the passion. So you are a talent, but you also is not, let me say, need also only the talent, because
Yeah.
education, talent, but then there is more, let me say, to be at, because you have to have at work to let me say, to create like theory and practice, and also you
Yes.
need to have, let me say, at work to create the experience. So for sure the talent is important because it's something that is the, let me say, let me say, the basic ingredient to develop your career, let me say, your path. And also in cybersecurity we need talent because outside we have a lot of person that talent, let
In
me
the
say,
opposite way.
against us, no, against in general,
Yes.
to the company. So yeah.
That makes sense. So you need talent as a baseline, and with education you further and develop your talent in a way.
Yeah.
That is great. Is there something you would tell to yourself, to your younger self when you were in your 20s, when thinking about the topic of talent education, think you would do differently, or think that you're like, if only I knew this back then about this topic, it would have been better?
But I think that compared to the past, I don't say the years, the age, but let me say now is more, as you say before, is more, the person are more engaged on training,
Yes.
on training, certification, and so on, because we have more interactive training, the possibility to also to collaborate and have training together. So also before reading, let me say, many books, many pages and so on, now it's possible to let me say to focus on key messages, then have a test, then let me say engage with engagement to increase the let me say the score of the training. So it's really more simple. Also in terms of language, no, now we have a possibility to translate everything, no, and digital.
Yes.
In the past, there's only one language that was printed, so it's quite different compared to the past. Yeah.
That is very interesting. Globalization and digitalization give so much more opportunities to
Yeah,
invest in your
yeah.
talents and education.
Yeah, exactly. And this is very important because you see, you touch a very important point.
Yeah.
Not the globalization. The point is that now it's much easy to let me say to improve yourself also
Yeah.
because you can compare with many other person in a simple way. You know, with we have internet, we have let me say many tools that allow to share information. Also in grade in particular, we have a lot of collaboration tools that improve a lot. Let me say also the sharing of the idea, the sharing of the let me say the experience. So this is lesson learned. So absolutely, it's completely a new way of work. Yeah.
That sounds cool. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you
Thank
to you.
you.
Thank you.